is CTV News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The long weekend is here, and for many that means a chance to get out of town. Whether you're loading the family into the car for a day trip or hauling the trailer to go camping, it's going to cost you to fuel up. In Windsor, the average price for regular gas hovering just below $1.90 into Saturday, but it's been well over $1.90 in parts of the country for much of the week. And as CTV's John Ben Valley Rao reports, that's some serious pain at the pumps.
For those filling up while hauling up extra items to the cottage this weekend, the answer to one question was near universal.
How are you feeling about the gas price this Victoria Day weekend?
Bad. Yeah, it's very expensive.
At this highway gas stop north of Toronto on the way to cottage country, drivers said the high price wasn't keeping them from traveling, but was making the trip a little less enjoyable.
When I looked at it, I thought, yeah, okay, well, and I said a little prayer that God would bring it down at some point so we could afford it better, but it is what it is.
According to the website Gas Buddy, the national average price is $1.90 compared to $1.39 a year ago, making it 51 cents more compared to last Victoria Day weekend. Some drivers said the trip to and from the cottage was costing them an extra $30 in gas this year.
It hurts and it's not what you want, but it's a necessary evil for us because it is summertime.
In Vancouver, gas remains above $2.20, which some think could become the national average this summer if the blockades of the Strait of Hormuz continue to constrain oil supplies globally.
If the Strait remains closed for another few weeks, there's certainly increasing chances that Canada could take out its previous 2022 record of $2.11 a liter.
And now there is some concern about supplies of motor oil and warning some brands may get harder to come by.
The motor oil sections in many stores across Canada, North America, may wind up having less selection and certainly some products not being available whatsoever.
Meanwhile, gas expert Dan McTigg says if motorists want to save money, they should try to buy their gas after 6 p.m. because in most cities, he says, the price drops a few cents a liter in the evenings. John Ben Valley Rao, CTV News, Toronto.
Maybe your long weekend plans involve taking in or putting on a backyard fireworks show. Well, CTV's Stephanie Mazzotti has some important things you should know before you do.
Fireworks can be fun, but they're not without danger. So how do you avoid catastrophic mistakes like this one that occurred on the 4th of July 3 years ago?
We're going to use this to light it with. You apply it to the wick. Takes 3 seconds, and off she goes.
The general manager of K&H Fireworks has some safety tips, including read the label.
On the product, it shows a safety distance on each and every product. If the product will go up 90 feet, I'm going to guess you need to be at least 90 feet away from houses or the people or your family. A lot safer. So if, for example, if it did tip over, they're not going to get hit. You'll just have a scary 3.5 seconds of it running across the grass and exploding.
His number one piece of advice.
You shouldn't drink and detonate. That's number one. Drink after. It's a lot better for everybody.
But there are rules and bylaws that must be followed.
You just cannot let off fireworks anytime you want.
Consumer fireworks displays are only allowed on selected days throughout the year. Before, on, and after Victoria Day, before, on, and after Canada Day throughout July 4th, and on New Year's Eve. Outside of those dates, any backyard fireworks require a permit. Windsor Fire and Rescue adds, be considerate of your neighbor.
You don't want to be doing fireworks. You want at like 2 o'clock in the morning. You don't want to do anything like that. You want to set them right around dusk.
And when the flames are out, don't touch it for the remainder of the night.
Take a hose to everything or put it all in a bucket of water, and it's done.
Stephanie Mazzotti, CTV News.
New details tonight in a brazen home invasion in East Windsor. Police now say 5 suspects forced their way inside a home while at least 3 were armed and 2 were dressed as police officers. CTV's Sanjay Maru has the latest.
Police returning to the home where they now say 5 suspects forced their way inside Thursday morning. A 6th person fled before entering. According to investigators, at least 3 were armed. 2 of them were dressed as police officers. Inside, the suspects allegedly assaulted, threatened, and stole from 3 victims, who all sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The news sending shockwaves throughout the neighborhood.
What if they start coming to other doors? Because, you know, you see an officer at your door, you think you should answer it. So that's, you know, a little unnerving.
Police say they believe the incident was targeted and there is no threat to public safety, though 4 of the suspects remain outstanding.
We don't know if we have to worry about weapons in the neighborhood.
The other 2 were arrested Thursday. They are 31-year-old O'Shane Anthony McCarthy and a 16-year-old whose name cannot be released under the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Both are facing several charges, including break and enter, forcible confinement, robbery with a weapon, and pointing a firearm.
It's shocking because it is such a nice neighborhood.
But neighbors I spoke with say this investigation marks the latest in a series of cases that have transformed this otherwise quiet neighborhood over the past 2 years, including one that broke out fewer than 12 hours prior to Thursday morning's alleged home invasion. Surveillance video captures a vehicle driving along Cora Greenwood Drive around 11 p.m. Wednesday when suddenly neighbors say the vehicle crashed near the residence where the home invasion happened the next morning, but police have not said whether there is any connection between the 2 incidents. And 2 years earlier, a suspect allegedly posed as a delivery person before pointing a firearm at someone in the same home. Sources tell CTV News the individual involved in that incident has no connection to Thursday's home invasion.
The neighborhood is safe. Once again, this is a targeted incident. Anyone who has information on it, please forward that information. That's very important in the investigation.
Sanjay Maru, CTV News.
A powerful conversation in Windsor today about what happens after young people experience trauma. Survivors, advocates, and frontline workers coming together to talk about the challenges children face when asking for help. CTV's Bob Belichico reports.
Takes courage.
Those are strong words from Lillian Fleuret, who survived a traumatic event and was brave enough to reach out to police for help.
I was like 8, I think, and it's scary because I was in a room, there's cameras, there's a person behind, like, typing out what I was saying. It's a lot to deal with, but I'm glad I could have done it at the end of the day. It's just a lot to go through.
Now a teenager, Fleuret is glad she did. She also feels for a 13-year-old girl that was victimized by a 15-year-old boy, charged Thursday by Windsor Police in connection with a child exploitation and sextortion investigation.
The boy threatening her with intimate photos of her, I cannot even begin to imagine how hard that could be.
Fleuret was part of a panel hosted by the Windsor Essex Child Youth Advocacy Center, focusing on the realities children and youth face when they experience harm, seek help, and move through the system. The support they receive, some feel, takes longer than it should.
Together, we need to highlight this and get better support for children and youth.
Part of the conversation addressed why youth don't use the supports offered by the stakeholders in the room. Some of the answers included too many resources and an unwillingness to continue sharing their traumatic events multiple times. Another reason is the youth feel like a case number and not real people when they are asking for help.
For me, the message was very clear today with our We CYAC partners, in that our youth can't, the realities of what they face today, they can't do it alone. Families can't do it alone, nor can one organization do it alone.
The room heard from Trina Doss, a university student who focused on the digital era and how the older generation doesn't fully understand today's generation.
But it is the world we live in now, so I think the best thing that adults can do is learn to navigate it properly and sort of help teach young people to do the same thing.
Stakeholders like the CMHA say they are thankful for discussions like this and are committed to listening to the issues.
We are all here to support. We are all in this together. And, you know, the message to our youth is arrive anywhere, and the collective is here to support you.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
Meanwhile, a landmark ruling by the Supreme Court of Canada today recognizing intimate partner violence as its own legal basis to sue for civil damages. CTV's Adrian Gobriel has that story.
I found myself in a very bad predicament.
At 17, Wendy Butler says she thought she'd met her Prince Charming, though for nearly 2 decades, she says she was trapped in an abusive relationship.
I didn't tell anyone because of shame. It took me a long time to leave.
What the mother of two says she experienced went beyond physical bruising.
The abuse that I endured, it was physical, emotional, and psychological. And I lost myself.
Today, Canada's highest court ruled in favor of creating a new tort of intimate partner violence. A tort is a legal term for a civil claim that allows a person to seek damages after being harmed.
The law already gave victims the ability to seek redress for physical assault and for sexual assault.
This new tort recognizes that intimate partner violence isn't always physical or sexual.
Coercion and manipulation, humiliation, isolation.
As part of Justice Nicholas Kazirur's 200-page ruling, the case briefing outlines that a victim must show that their partner intentionally engaged in abusive conduct and that the conduct amounted to coercive control when viewed in context.
Today's a big day.
It is a very big day.
For survivors who can now seek justice after years of being controlled, confined, and psychologically harmed.
There have been few, if any, decisions in my 25-year legal career that has been as consequential to the field of gender-based violence as this one today.
If there's someone watching right now who's in a violent relationship, what would your message be to them?
There's hope. There's a chance for new beginnings.
This new legal pathway for survivors will develop and evolve in the courts over the years and decades to come. Many hope it will also drastically decrease intimate partner violence and abuse of all kinds. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Angus, Ontario.
Flex and Gate Lakeshore workers have rejected a tentative contract deal, but for now, a strike isn't happening. Unifor Local 195 says 49.6% of members voted in favor of the tentative agreement Friday, meaning the deal failed to pass by 0.4%. The union represents 166 workers at the Patillo Road plant in Lakeshore. Earlier this month, members voted nearly 99% in favor of strike action if needed. Union leadership says wages were the main sticking point in talks as many workers continue feeling the pressure of rising costs. The company says it plans to continue negotiations. More pet owners are looking for a different way to say goodbye. Now, a new business in Chatham is offering aquamation, a water-based alternative to cremation that's being described as a gentler option for families. CTV's Chris Campbell explains.
Look at those eyes. For many families, pets are more than just animals. They're companions and family members. Now, a new business in Chatham is offering what owner Nora Klink describes as a gentler and more eco-friendly aftercare option.
Aquamation is also known as, some people will call it water cremation.
Also known as alkaline hydrolysis, the process uses water and an alkaline solution instead of flames. Klink says the end result is similar to cremation. The skeletal remains are turned into a fine powder.
Currently in our area, the pet families don't have options other than burial or cremation. And so this allows them to have that choice.
Forever Aquamation officially opened April 7th, and Klink believes it's the only pet aquamation service in southwestern Ontario outside of Kitchener-Waterloo.
There seems to be a growing understanding and respect for the end-of-life process for pets because they are our family members.
Well, I think that aquamation has been available for people for a little while now, so I think that the pet industry is just catching up.
At Pet and Wildlife Rescue in Chatham, Kent, Executive Director Miriam Armstrong says having more local options is important for grieving owners.
Finding an option that's eco-friendly is always a big bonus for everybody, and also not everybody likes to picture cremation. I feel like aquamation seems like a softer option.
Once they understand what it is, it's an option. It's a choice for the families.
Klink says pricing starts at $345 and goes up depending on the size of the animal and the type of aquamation selected. In Chatham, Chris Campbell, CTV News.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald has your full weather details coming up in 2 minutes' time. And still ahead, a trailblazing Canadian goalie skating into Detroit as the city's PWHL team takes shape. CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald is here with our first look at the weather tonight. And Gary, the long weekend is finally here, and so are some seriously warm temperatures.
You're right about that. Good evening, Travis. We're talking about temperatures several degrees above seasonal. In fact, double digits above, maybe 10, 11 degrees above seasonal for Victoria Day and the following Tuesday, the next day. Imagine that. 20 degrees today, and that's seasonal for this time of the year. It's a beautiful day. It was just a bit windy, especially in the morning and through the, I'd say, mid-afternoon. It's starting to die down as I speak, but generally speaking, it was a bit on the breezy side. We'll see a bit of a break through the overnight before the next system rolls in, and that front is pushing through the upper Midwest from Minnesota into Wisconsin, eventually Michigan, and of course winding up in Ontario. That's the story over the next, say, 12 to 14 hours. We're cloudy right now, a brief break. The winds die down, clear from about midnight to 4 a.m. Then the front moves right across the regions as specified by, I say, 11 a.m., maybe 11:30. That's when we're starting to see some rain across extreme southwestern Ontario, Windsor, Essex to start. An hour and a half later, we're looking at some of that rain and maybe thunderstorm potential moving into Chatham-Kent. I think the areas hit hardest in terms of the rainfall accumulations will be along the northwestern shores of Lake Erie. And of course, that includes Pelee Island, right in the middle of it all. And close to about 20 millimeters of rainfall is possible. Leamington, Kingsville, Amherstburg, Colchester, you get the idea. So, Windsor, Chatham-Kent, and anywhere along that 401 corridor will see rain, but the worst and perhaps the most potent activity, convective showers, thunderstorm activity, is likely a little bit further south towards Lake Erie. The overnight temperature under partly cloudy conditions, 12 degrees Celsius. That's about 4 degrees above seasonal for early tomorrow morning before dawn. Here's the breakdown for Saturday for Windsor, Essex, 13 up to 16. There's your showers from morning through the midday. A bit of a break, but still very warm projected. 25, maybe even 26, feeling like 32 at peak in the late afternoon for your Saturday. Wow. Sunday, cloudy, 23, and then it's sunny. Perfect timing for Monday. Victoria Day, 31 is the core temperature. We'll hold to 31 on Tuesday. Mostly cloudy, a chance of showers, and more likely rain on Wednesday, cooling down to about 25, 17, followed by 17 or 18 a week from now. Cooler and more seasonal values expected. That's a look at your next 7 days.
Thank you, Gary. High school teachers are urging the province to drop mandatory e-learning, saying too much screen time is hurting student engagement in the classroom. CTV's Rita Ismail reports.
The Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation says the province is sending mixed messages to students and educators. The union says while the province continues to tighten cell phone rules in classrooms, it's also pushing students toward more screen-based learning.
We're calling for the elimination of mandatory e-learning in Ontario high schools right now, while the minister is calling for possible social media bans or cell phone bans. He really needs to take a look at, is on-screen learning the best for students? And we don't believe that it is.
OSSTF argues mandatory e-learning was introduced as a cost-saving measure, one that has led to larger class sizes and fewer supports for students.
This is absolutely just a cost-saving measure for the government. It's not what is best for kids.
The Federation says funding formulas allow significantly larger online classes compared to in-person learning.
In-person classes are funded at 23 students per teacher, but virtual classes are only funded at 30 students per teacher. And that's baked into the funding formula. Whether students actually sign up for e-learning isn't actually part of the formula.
For students, opinions are mixed when it comes to online learning.
I do more work in in-person school, so if I was in online, I probably wouldn't care as much.
I was thinking about doing that next year. For 2 of my courses, I was going to do them at least like 1 in the morning.
so that I don't have to come to school as early and I can do them whenever I want in the day.
Prefer in class because it's like more hands-on. And
Teachers also say cell phone policies need to be applied more consistently across schools.
It's absolutely true that cell phones are a distraction for students. Even if it's off and face down, it's still a distraction, I think the data would show. So certainly supportive of that, but there does need to be a more consistent rollout and more consistent support for teachers for implementing it.
OSSTF says it will continue pushing the province for changes it believes better support student learning, both in classroom and at the bargaining table. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
A joint investigation between Canadian and American authorities has busted an organized crime ring trafficking guns into Canada. CTV's Joy Malbin has more on what's being described as a win on both sides of the border.
Authorities in New Hampshire say they've cracked an international gun trafficking ring that smuggled dozens of illegal firearms from the U.S. into Canada through tribal lands that straddle both countries.
If you traffic firearms across borders, or if you help arm criminal organizations, federal law enforcement will find you, investigate you, and prosecute you.
Officials say 5 people have pleaded guilty, 8 others indicted by a federal grand jury, charged with trafficking firearms. If convicted, they could face decades in prison. Court documents say members of the Akwesasne Reservation enlisted people to purchase the firearms through licensed dealers for those prohibited from owning guns legally. These are some of the weapons traced back to suspected members of organized crime.
Several of which were subsequently recovered at various crime scenes, to include kidnapping and attempted murder in Canada.
Last Friday, 3 men, including 2 Canadians, appeared in a New York court charged with gun smuggling after they found a suitcase packed with dozens of rifles and stolen guns. It's long been a problem. Canadian authorities recover about 17,000 to 20,000 crime guns a year, and up to half are smuggled into the country from the United States. The district attorney praised Canadian and U.S. cooperation along with tribal police for taking down this gun smuggling operation. Joy Malbin, CTV News, Washington.
In Toronto, the TSX fell 435 points, and in New York, the Dow dropped 537, while the Nasdaq lost 410. The Canadian dollar is down 0.14 of a cent. Gold lost more than $123 an ounce, but oil gained more than $4 a barrel.
CTV News Windsor has launched a newsletter helping you start your day with the latest local news. By signing up, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
Maybe the warmer temperatures on the way have you planning to get gardening, so you'll be curious to see what Gary and horticulturalist Sandy McDonald have to say this week.
No, it's not a crop circle. Of course, we're standing in grass, but there is a ring of darker, lush grass encircling us here at Jackson Park. Let's talk about it for this episode of Get Gardening. Sandy McDonald, what are we dealing with? This looks unusual to me.
Yes, it does. Not a crop circle, as you say, but often called a fairy ring. Okay. And so people with their lawns have often asked me about this. I have a circle in my lawn. It started small. It slowly gets bigger and bigger year by year. It's always dark green. It's medium green on the inside, medium green on the outside. Why do I have this? We're probably standing right about where a large tree was at one time. Okay. And underneath, of course, it's decayed away, including all of its roots. But initially, a various type of fungi has developed around the base of the tree or in its roots. And the mycelium, which is small white thread-like material that some people might have seen, you look underneath a log, a rotting log, you might see this. Right. And year by year, it spreads out and it's feeding on the organic matter that's in the soil. And so eventually it will disappear. But as you can see, this was probably a pretty big tree. It's a pretty wide, dark green circle that we have here. Eventually it'll use up organic matter and sort of peter out. It's not anything harmful. It's not a problem. It's just interesting. It's actually breaking down organic matter. It's supplying more nitrogen to the lawn, and so that's darker green. The inside and the outside are more of a medium green color.
It does kind of stand out, doesn't it?
It does stand out. And some people do not want these dark green circles on their lawn. And landscapers trick. You could actually do a very, very light feeding with your lawn fertilizer. Just feed on the inside and then feed on the outside, and you'll even it out a bit.
We'll see you next week with another interesting segment of Get Gardening.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
Let's take one last look at the 7-day forecast with CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald. And Gary, a nice, long, warm weekend ahead, and then back to more normal temperatures in about a week.
Things balancing themselves out. The atmosphere is always in flux, but battling for equilibrium. It doesn't always happen that way, obviously. And we're likely to go from very warm to cooling off over the next 7 days, indeed. Tomorrow is warmer than seasonal, looking at 25, maybe 26 degrees between Windsor, Essex, Chatham, Kent. I think humidex values will be in the low 30s. Sunday, a bit cooler, but still above seasonal. And then it's just really hot Monday, Tuesday, sunny on Victoria Day. Clouding over Tuesday through Wednesday with possible rain, and then cooler with upper teens a week from now. Let's look at your weather. Have yourselves a good night. Travis?
Thank you, Gary. Finally tonight, a hockey trailblazer is heading back to Detroit with a major role in the PWHL. Manon Rheaume has been hired as general manager of the league's new expansion team across the river. The former Canadian Olympian made history in 1992, becoming the first woman to play in an NHL preseason game. She most recently worked in the LA Kings front office and now takes over as Detroit gets ready for its first PWHL season. That's our time for tonight. We hope to see you back here on Monday. For now, I'm Travis Fortnum. Have a great long weekend.